A Chinese massage parlor was raided by undercover U.S. police. Two customers were taken away on the spot for questioning.
Fox News exclusively embedding with the Austin Police Department as they raided illicit Chinese massage parlors, part of a massive operation targeting human traffickers and organized crime networks. It was just one of many human trafficking stings taking place across the country, an operation coast to coast, which saw more than 60 victims rescued, including juveniles. Here is the Austin Police Department on that operation.
Some of the workers are accused of prostitution. The bust happened at Yes Massage on Crab River Road in Richmond. That's where Channel 2's Phil Archer is live with exclusive details now.
In the heart of Texas, far from the nation's capital, a battle against organized crime was quietly unfolding. This week, federal and local authorities moved decisively, raiding illicit massage parlors in Austin, part of a nationwide operation targeting human traffickers. It was a mission aimed not just at crime, but at saving lives. Over 60 victims, including juveniles, were rescued, and for the traffickers, the clock was running out. On the surface, these businesses appeared ordinary. Spas and massage parlors advertised to the public. But investigators knew the truth. Behind closed doors, Chinese organized crime networks controlled these operations, exploiting vulnerable individuals as part of a growing human trafficking enterprise. Detectives described the grim reality: victims coerced, threatened, trapped, passports withheld, families intimidated, some forced into drugs to maintain control. It's a common trend, an officer explained, as raids unfolded simultaneously across the city. These operations are hubs for exploitation. Austin was just one node. Across the country, from Missouri to California, police departments were joining forces under a single mission, Operation Coast to Coast. It was a nationwide sweep designed to strike simultaneously, dismantling a complex network that had remained hidden in plain sight. Early in the morning, armored vehicles and tactical units fanned out across the city. Behind the doors of these illicit parlors, victims slept, unaware that their lives were about to change. One room revealed clear signs that others had been forced to live there. Law enforcement officers moved with precision, rescuing victims, securing evidence, and arresting traffickers. Minutes away, another raid unfolded simultaneously. The operation's choreography was the result of months of planning, training, and intelligence gathering. The Human Trafficking Training Center coordinated the effort, bringing together more than 150 law enforcement agencies nationwide. From local detectives to federal agents, everyone had a role: surveillance, arrests, victim support, and evidence collection. The goal? Dismantle the criminal network while protecting as many lives as possible.
After several months of investigating and a series of raids, 10 Chinese women have been detained by ICE. This joint investigation was conducted along with the Attorney General, District Attorney, BRPD, Zachary PD, St. George Fire Department, East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office, U.S. Border Patrol, Drug Enforcement Administration, and Homeland Security. The 9 businesses that were raided reached from St. George to Baton Rouge to Zachary. The Rainbow Spa, one of the many massage parlors that have been investigated by the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office since November, and on their window, a violation notice. The notice says inspectional violations such as electrical, plumbing, and complaints that have been submitted to the Inspector General. The businesses searched were the Y&L Body Relaxation, Spring Body Conditioning, Magnolia Spa, Wonderful Land Spa, All Natural Spa, Rainbow Spa, Oriental Relax Spa, Orange Spa, and Vivian's Therapy Spa. Several of them had had their massage therapy license suspended in the past for unprofessional conduct, including sexual activity.
Over 60 victims were rescued in the nationwide sweep. Some were juveniles, the youngest just 14 years old, forced to service multiple men per day. The trauma they endured was unimaginable. Threats, coercion, and fear were constants in their lives. Many had never seen freedom. Authorities adopted a victim-centered approach, working closely with nonprofits like Safe House to provide immediate support, resources, and long-term recovery plans. These raids were not only about arrests, they were about restoring dignity, safety, and hope to those trapped in the shadows. Investigators documented every detail: rooms where victims were forced to sleep, hidden cameras, digital records of transactions, and coded communications reveal the network sophisticated and deeply entrenched. For the victims, the rescue was the beginning of a long journey, but for the traffickers, it was the end of the road, at least for now.
Open the door! Police department, open the door!
Before the police entered the massage parlor, they were spotted by an employee who immediately locked the front door. While they told the customers inside to get themselves together, they were also frantically destroying evidence. After identifying themselves and seeing that the people inside had no intention of opening the door, the officers prepared to force their way in.
Come on, out here. That's it. Come on.
The investigation traced the criminal network back to China. Profits from trafficking were funneled overseas, while victims were brought into the United States under false pretenses. The operation exposed the organized, international nature of modern human trafficking. Not isolated crimes, but a coordinated network exploiting vulnerabilities across borders. Police officers described the challenge. We're not just arresting criminals. We're trying to dismantle an entire system that adapts and evolves. Money, communications, and recruitment channels were hidden online, in plain sight, and in encrypted networks. Tracking them required meticulous work and collaboration between multiple agencies. The arrests in Austin and across the country sent a message. Organized crime networks exploiting vulnerable individuals would not go unchecked. Yet authorities acknowledged that human trafficking is resilient. Criminals could reemerge elsewhere, requiring constant vigilance, intelligence, and enforcement. Operation Coast to Coast marked one of the largest coordinated anti-trafficking efforts in the country. Over 30 traffickers arrested, dozens of victims rescued, and multiple criminal enterprises disrupted. But the operation also highlighted the scope of the problem. Across the United States, the fastest-growing trafficking industry is connected to illicit massage parlors. The work is ongoing, and law enforcement agencies continued to refine strategies, trainings, and interagency collaboration to protect vulnerable populations. Experts warned that human trafficking is no longer confined to one city or one industry. It is a national and international challenge. Operation Coast to Coast represents a step forward, but the fight continues.
9 massage businesses in the Baton Rouge area and detained 10 Chinese women following a months-long investigation. According to the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office, investigators have been looking into complaints about prostitution since November. After getting a criminal search warrant, the Sheriff's Office coordinated with state and federal officials for the raids. That included ICE agents who reportedly seized cash and other evidence to be analyzed. According to Homeland Security, the women may be deported in addition to facing state charges.
Operation Coast to Coast marked a significant victory. Dozens of arrests, lives rescued, and networks disrupted. Yet the story is a reminder of the dark, hidden corners where exploitation thrives, and the law enforcement officers racing against time to bring justice and freedom. In every city, in every corner, there are those who prey on the vulnerable. And for those fighting back, the work continues. One raid, one rescue, one life at a time. This is the untold story of Operation Coast to Coast and the quiet war against human trafficking still being fought across America.